It's Wednesday, which means it's time for a favorite find, and today's favorite find is no favorite find at all. But it is something I want to discuss a little bit because I think there's some misconceptions in our hobby about it. And that is this: the pull tab. Okay? These things suck, and they're everywhere. And if you want to find gold rings, you got to dig them. And there's a lot of misconceptions about them, especially the pull tab I just showed you. This particular design, and I've heard it said on many different metal detecting channels, when they find the older ones like this, they're like, "Oh, this is, it sucks. It's a pull tab, but this is the silver zone." Well, I got news for you. It's probably not. Okay, so the first patent for a pull tab actually appears in around 1939 by a guy named J. Selican. It never made it to production, but it is basically a pull tab. Years go by, eventually you start seeing metal beer cans, and those beer cans are called punch tops. And something else that I didn't know is those bottle cap, we use them as bottle caps, but they were used to punch. I'm going to show you a picture of it, okay? These are called church keys. I never knew that. So there's a brief window of time where they're called punch tops, and they use these church keys, which actually later go on to be like one of the most commonly used bottle openers ever. We've all seen them, we've all owned them. They're called church keys. Never knew that. Anyway, in 1961, some jerk in Ohio named Ermal Fraze patents the first pull tab. Okay, these are called like zip tabs. One of the first ones you start seeing is like the U tab. Okay, but you don't start seeing them on cans until 1962, right? And then in 1965, there's a little bit of a change to it. You start seeing this crazy patent war between companies. Also, the first company to use a pull tab was Iron City Beer by the Pittsburgh Brewing Company. So there's another little tidbit of history you may not have known, and now you do. But actually, a lot of the stuff I say will make you probably dumber when you hear it. This one, you could use this. This may pop up at a trivia night. So, in this short span of time, between 1961 to 1971, pull tabs catch fire. It becomes the craze. As a matter of fact, this is a time period where cans start outselling bottles, okay? But it becomes such an epidemic that some of the first litter legislation that you start seeing starts happening around 1971, and it is directly associated to the use of the pull tab because they're everywhere. Okay? Now at this time, there are metal detectorists out there, but not like there are now. So they're not the ones mainly complaining, it's just people start seeing them everywhere. Back to the original thing that I was discussing is that a lot of people will assume that when they find old pull tabs, they might be like in a silver zone. But it's just not the case. They're not that old. Even I was under the assumption that the U-tabs were used in the 50s, and I had read things that suggested that they were. But apparently not. Now, a lot of the information I got to make this video comes from a website called Pull Tab Archaeology, which I will list in the description if you want to check it out, because it's kind of interesting. It's not so interesting that you want to spend a mega amount of time looking at it, but it is worth knowing if you're in this hobby. There is something to be said for being able to identify different types of pull tabs. Apparently there are 3 types of pull tabs: the U tab, the T tab, and the S tab. The S tab is the modern current one, the one you grab with your fingernail, a little blocky one. It doesn't have like a ring pull, really, so to speak. But another thing about pull tabs, if you want to find gold rings, someone's having a bad day. You need to dig them. You need to dig them, and that's one of the best pieces of advice I can give anybody. In the beginning, when you're metal detecting, you're going to dig a lot of pull tabs. And you're going to quickly realize that most pull tabs come up in a certain range. You look down at your metal detector, you see the VDI. You can almost guarantee what you're about to dig is going to be a pull tab, and most of the time you're right. 98% of the time you are absolutely correct, okay? But sometimes you're not correct. And it's a big old fat gold ring. And if you get to a point where you're no longer digging pull tabs, I can guarantee you're missing gold. It's unfortunate. It also seems ironic that the most common piece of ground trash sounds the most like the most precious of all finds. I hate that. And you'll hate it. And if you know what I'm talking about, you already do hate it, okay? There is a group on Facebook that I'm a member of called Pull Tabs Only. And it's full of detectorists, and we just post pictures of pull tabs for fun. It's almost like a troll group. I'll put a link to that too. Feel free to come join us on Pull Tabs Only on Facebook. And I think the last picture I posted there was of a pull tab in front of a 1700s mansion. No, excuse me, a 17th century mansion. 1600s mansion. So they're everywhere. I have found them everywhere. I have metal detected in the world, on every single field, in every single park, in every single lawn. They are everywhere. They are the Tribble of metal detecting. Okay? They are inescapable. You know what? I'd be interested if you've ever detected a place that had no pull tabs. They have to exist. I hear these unicorn stories of people, that no trash, no modern trash. All the trash we found was from the 1800s. That must be nice. It's never happened to me. Now, I have found incredibly old stuff amidst pull tabs, though. So, it is what it is. So, anyway, if you got any stories like that, or if you got any really crazy pull tab stories, let me know. If you'd like any stickers or any swag that I may have, just email me. I get that treasure@gmail.com. I'll send it to you free of charge. And if you got a favorite find that you want to see here on Wednesdays, send it to me. It keeps me from having to come up with stuff. Now, I have some in the bin that I should have been showing, but I've decided to start collecting my pull tabs and tumbling them. I'm filling up a big Optimum Nutrition protein powder jug. If you've ever seen those, you may know what I'm talking about. So, we'll see how that goes. I'm quickly getting frustrated with tumbling pull tabs, so I may give up on that. It's not treasure, and we'll see. But there's no shortage to find them. Anyway, this has gone on long enough. This was just a brief history of the pull tab and some of the misconceptions about it involving metal detecting. So, if you like this video, hit the like button. Maybe subscribe. I never ask people to do that. I tell them to. Anyway, I'll see you Friday with a walk and talk, and thank you so much for watching.